Dear friends, in 2 to 3 hours from now, we are going to witness maybe the most important match of the men's tennis history in the last 52 years. Because it was exactly 52 years from this year that the great Rod Laver completed his second Grand Slam in 1969. And that is the only that is the last Grand Slam won by any man, and more than 50 years have passed and nobody has been emulate that, probably one of the most difficult feat in men's tennis. It is Novak Djokovic, the great champion, who has dared to follow his dream of completing the Grand Slam. And Daniil Medvedev, the man in a hot streak, he has the game to compete at the highest level with anybody today, is in the path of Djokovic to deny the, the man the Grand Slam. Now, if we want to see who have been the other people who have completed the Grand Slam, these are Don Budge, he did it 1938. Then Maureen Connolly, she did it 1953. Rod Laver, the first Grand Slam by him was completed in 1962. But this was the Grand Slam before he turned pro. So in the Open era, the first Grand Slam was by Rod Laver in 1969, and then it was followed by Margaret Court in 1970. Then finally, it was in 1988 that Steffi Graf, she completed the Grand Slam, and indeed she completed the Golden Slam because she won not only the four Grand Slams in 1988 but also the gold medal in 1988 Seoul Olympic. And she till date remains the only player, male or female, to have won the Golden Slam. In fact, Djokovic was quite close to emulate Steffi Graf also, but unfortunately he lost in the semi-final against Alexander Zverev in Tokyo Olympic this year. So, the first Grand Slam by any player, it was by Don Budge in 1938. Here we can see the photograph of Don Budge during Wimbledon 1938. And he is here after completing the Grand Slam with all those trophies. Then there was the turn for Maureen Connolly, who achieved this feat in 1953. So this is a photograph of her in July 4, 1953, playing at Wimbledon. And this is in July 1953 only, after winning the women's championship. Then it was 1960. It was in 1962 by Rod Laver, who defeated Roy Emerson 6-2, 6-4, 5-7, 6-4 in the U.S. Open final, and capturing his first Grand Slam. In fact, he is the only man to have, repeating this feat, considered to be the most difficult task, capturing all the four majors at the same year. So this is the first by him in 1962. And then in 1969, in the Open era, by defeating Tony Roche 7-9, 6-1, 6-2 and 6-2. Then this feat was emulated by great Margaret Court of Australia in 1970. She is the women, probably, she is the women, and she has 24 Grand Slams, the most by any player, male or female. And she here holds the trophy at Wimbledon in 1970, the year she completed the Grand Slam. And now this is the last Grand Slam by any player in 1988. And that year, Steffi Graf, she completed the Grand Slam. In addition to the Grand Slam, she also won the gold medal in the singles event, making this as the Golden Slam. She is the only player, male or female, to have achieved the Golden Slam in tennis. Now, let us see, what is the status of the match between Djokovic and Medvedev. Head to head, it is 5-3. So close contest. Djokovic is still above, securing 5 wins over Medvedev's to 3 wins. If we break down the events, the 8 events, interestingly, in the best of 5 formats, Djokovic has been victorious in all three. They initially, the first meeting between the two was in 2017 in the Davis Cup, where Djokovic prevailed in four sets. Again in Australian Open 2019, Djokovic prevailed in 4 sets. And then in 2021 final, Djokovic won in 3 sets. So in the best of the 5 formats, Djokovic is 3-0. And in best of 3 formats, Medvedev is 3-2. So if we see how both the players have performed in 2021, Medvedev is currently ranked number 2 in the world, has the win-loss of 40 wins to 10 losses. He has 3 titles to his name and prize money of more than 3 million US dollars. Now, if in comparison we see of Djokovic, it is 38 wins to 5 losses. He has 4 titles and 3 of them are the Grand Slams. So he has the prize money almost double to that of Medvedev in this year. So he is far more successful in the year to Medvedev, though Medvedev is second, but if you see the prize money, it is almost double. Medvedev, if we see the performance timeline in 2021, he okay, US Open he was runner-up in 2019, and previous Grand Slam showings he was runner-up in 2019 and 2021 Australian Open. Sets win to loss at this year's US Open is 17-2. Time is spent on the court is 11 hours and 51 minutes through quarterfinals. And Novak Djokovic has been winner in US Open previously 3 times. Currently he has 20 Grand Slams. And set win to loss is 18-2, and he has spent more time on the court, 17 hours and 23 minutes till quarterfinal. The things that would go in favor of Djokovic: he has the mentality of a great champion. He has the better head-to-head against Medvedev at Grand Slams or in the best of 5 sets. So that's a big plus in favor of Djokovic. And everybody knows that to beat Djokovic at Grand Slams, one has to play at a very high level for a very long time. That's a very difficult task for anybody. Okay, so though these things are in favor of Djokovic, what are what are the things that are in favor of Medvedev? He's the one who has beaten Djokovic previously. Though he has beaten him in the best of three sets, but he has three wins against Djokovic. Currently, Medvedev is ranked number two in the world, and he is playing at a very high level right now. One of the important points is he has spent less time on court, 11 hours 51 minutes through quarterfinal, against 17 hours 23 minutes by Djokovic during the tournament. Another big point that goes in favor of Medvedev is he has played only three sets during the semi-final, whereas Djokovic had to go the distance and had to play five sets. Now, Djokovic is trying to complete the Grand Slam. That could be emotionally a big burden on him. So this could, this situation could be tricky for Djokovic. Maybe he it tightens his muscles and so on. But my verdict is finally, Djokovic would be able to complete the Grand Slam. Many people want it from him. The man has been chasing this, for a long, long time, and he deserves it. And I think he will win because it's basically the best of five sets. He will be confident. He will be more secure because of the five sets. That even if he has a bad start, if there is any, so he can turn it around because it's a five sets. So friends, let's see. Let's hope for a great final. Thanks.